Hey AI Scary, what is it? But how cool is it anyway? If you also want to create objects without having to model anything, well, today's possible thanks to AI. Okay, welcome to this new video where today we are going to talk about Meshy, an application, a website that allows us to model 3D easily with the prompt or an image using artificial intelligence you will have got. It's the subject of the video. So today we are going to talk about, and we'll talk about Houdini and what has been done based on this famous artificial intelligence. So originally it comes from an image I show you away, which is here. There you go. So it comes from a Nike shoe. Well, you can see Meshy did not reproduce the nice iconic swoosh of Nike on the model. I think it's done on purpose. They don't to be bothered by the brands and intellectual properties. I think that in terms of textures, it detected that it was Nike. In any case, the AI model detected that and it simply didn't recreate it for me. There's no reason that keeps the contours of the shoe well, the colors and everything, and not make the Nike logo. It doesn't make any sense, and I think it's a protection to avoid copying the brands and stealing them and doing what we want with it, which is completely normal. Well, Meshy, what is it? Meshy's website allows you to take a specific prompt and image and transform into a 3D model. Initially, you arrive at a sort of community section with a lot of models made by the community. You can hover your mouse over them to see a little of the layout, the atmosphere, occlusion, model without the textures. And when you move your mouse away, you see texture, simply magnificent. Now, be careful, this video is not made to replace 3D modelers. I have too much respect for this profession. I could have written on the jacket of this video, modelers are dead. That's not the aim at all of this video. It's indeed true that Meshy is an extremely interesting tool, but the work of the modeler is not over. Far from it. I think it will continue to evolve all the professions to computing. And as I have said several times in my videos, AI is here. I don't think we should bury our heads in the sand, head buried in the ground. I think that use it for what it is, because it is. So to be able to use Meshy, you go directly to meshy.ai and you will land on the homepage with quite a few models already available. So depending on what you want, you can go to the workspace here. You will have the legacy, which are the original models, I believe. But if you want the latest updates, so you go to 3D text, you will be able to type your prompt right here. You have two different models, the classic Meshy model, the Model 5, and you type the prompt right here. You can also do it like this with images. That's what I did. I came to retrieve the shoe. It simply detects model, creates name on it, and you just have to click generate to start the process, creation of the 3D model. That's what was done here. So here there are several models. For the video I used this one to create special effect, but I generated others and some are really nice. In the box there are several very cool ones. You can see that he even created the shoelace that makes the outline of the shoe. To retrieve the shoe, it's still pretty cool. He has even generated inside of the shoe, well, not completely. You can see that it hasn't recreated entire interior, but in other cases it did. You can see that it managed to generate the complete interior of the shoe. That's still pretty amazing. It manages to recreate the interior. It's quite incredible. So there you go. As I was saying here, it didn't recreate the swoosh. I think it's because the fact that it doesn't want to be bothered by brands regarding intellectual property. As soon as it detects logos or well-known brands, well, automatically it removes them and essentially recreates what it can. So once you have this in your possession, control or custody model, you can download it. It will further when it comes to characters. For example, I downloaded and generated several characters. I also did some tests, another shoe, another attempt. It wasn't bad. I really liked it, but the effect was a bit cold. I'll show you that eventually, a bit later. So yes, you can generate characters. The benefit of paid version is that you can rig your character and animate it. That's what I did. I think a little further down. Do I have other characters in there? Yeah, made a few others. There you go. For example, this one was generated using a prompt this time, so without using an image. And I get the character. We see that there is a small issue with the finger that goes a bit haywire, but it can be easily adjusted post-production. But here the result is still pretty awesome. We have the character that is rigged with or without animations. We also have the skeleton or not. It's up to us to choose. And honestly, it's pretty amazing. We can download all this and use it pretty much just as we want. Create your own 3D models directly from an image or with a simple prompt. Go through my affiliate link to support my work while enjoying a bonus. You will get direct access to all the features of the platform. Every purchase made through this link allows me to earn a small commission for 12 months without any additional cost to you. Thank you very much for your support. Let's do a switch to Houdini. Now I've imported the model in VFX directly. I've unpacked it to re-access the topology by default. They compact the models. We transform it back to properly conform it to the ground level. Great. By the way, I'm going to add a bending system with an animation just to create my movement. We'll see what it's for. Then I create my transformation animations, my match size, and I automatically have my animation that works based on the bend and the transform. I lift my shoe. I offset it a little at the ground level. I create my camera animation. Everything is there. Everything is great. On this basis, I will retrieve the shoe to be able to just shift it into FX. Everything starts from my particles here. So these particles will drive all the rest of the special effects in this scene. Namely, I take my shoe and then I slowly pause. Painting particles. Carefully painting a mask underneath. I start painting a mask underneath that I can visualize like this. This mask will serve to emit particles. We will just reload the sim calmly. So these particles, we assume that everything will be created on our shoe, on the shoe we create. A mask, this mask will be used to create the particles. We put our shoe in collision and we create our particle sim. From there, I transform to scale them so that they are a little below my model. It helps me a little to scale my effect. I like it that way. And then I come to delete certain small particles to add them together using a trail and add system to be able to connect them with polygons. This is done very often. It's something very cool to do, which allows me to resample afterwards to give a bit more topology. And I come to change the size a little using the curve view. Attributes, it creates a simple, stylish effect which allows to have several wires that move along with the motion of the real particles. I keep some of them here. I delete by a percentage, and it's this percentage that I keep that I wire into my simulation. It allows to make wires go in all directions. This side I do the same logic. I keep only a few particles to create my lighting systems for rendering directly, and here I output my particles intact. This is what comes out from here. I simply retrieve the wires, simply in the wire geometry, and the lights that I created, the small particles, I retrieve them in the Solaris context a little later. On this side I come to create my smoke simulation, all derived from the particles, thus my particle movement. Particles, I come to create a new one. Smoke simulation on this basis that I cached it because a bit resource intensive, I can visualize it. Here I exaggerate the density a little to better visualize my look, but the density won't be like that in the render. I don't think so. And there you go. I have the particle movement concretely. The particles, I advect them a little. I transform them into smoke. This smoke I change gradually, and it allows me like this to have a trail behind particles a little bit in smoke. Similarly, I will export this result later. Here I just did a render, but it's just for the thumbnail that you saw. And I have the absolutely remarkable creation made with advanced AI technology and the outline, the topology. So I have my camera animations, which are nice. I will disable just for the flipbook. The smoke takes long to load on each frame, and I get my quick animations. It looks like carnival confetti, but in the rendering, it doesn't look like that at all, a bit better. So we go into the look development, we go into the LOP, and we will be able to quickly look at what I have dissected in there. We import our different geo. I took the backdrop, the shoe. What else did I take? The maid. With AI, and just like that, I retrieve several objects and I associate them with the different materials each time. On this side, I will retrieve particles which are at the base of everything in reality. From this side, the wire, so the connections that are made here. This is a system of particle instances to create lights that we see inside, and the smoke that adds the effect of depth under this special effect. Then I come to illuminate my scene with and enhance the overall atmosphere to further enrich it. Different lights to add a little bit of light ahead, to create nice shadows on the front of the shoe, and finally the camera and a general fog for ambiance to be able to create my final render with Karma in full HD with certain special camera effects. Some denoising filters can help to make the rendering a bit faster. Anyway, I put all this on Patreon. I put the link in the description. I'll show you anyway. You will get Houdini FX for $3. It helps support the channel and ensure that I continue to develop a few tutorials on Houdini. There you go. You have this whole scene, all the FX effectively directly shaded in Solaris with Karma. Like this, you just have to start the rendering modify your FX if you want. Well, listen, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. I really had a blast with this one. I think, as I mentioned, I'll make more and more videos in this spirit, creating 3D models with artificial intelligence. I find it fun. And do a bit more FX based on this. With Houdini, with Blender, we'll see in the coming days how it evolves. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it and if you have any ideas, of course. And see you soon for the next video. Bye.